like I've got a problem with my washing machine at the minute as well.
I did read about floods.
Oh, God. So annoying.
Electrics, that was it.
Yeah, really ridiculous. But anyway, we're into this one now. Actually, Gamed sat on the ramp at the moment with just waiting there in the river. That's not such a usual position. Very out in the open, I guess. Plenty of vision they've got from that. It looks like we won't see too much from Peculiar. And I have to tomorrow change this mouse before Thursday as well because it's absolutely crap. Sorry for the dodgy camera work that I've been throwing your way tonight.
My left key still doesn't work. I can't go left. I can go up, down, right, but not left. I don't know why. My keyboard's biting the bullet as well. Maybe I have to sort that out. But let's have a rundown of the teams in case you missed it or in case you've just tuned in. It is Gamed versus Peculiar. Gamed 1-0 up currently. And looking like the lanes are going to lay out as follows. It is going to be Blunatics on Aurelia up the top lane against Riven, which will be Nez Rilas 420. Got to get that 420 in. We've been told it's important. Attackman will be in mid on Brand versus Cassiopeia, which will be a Cease as well. The blue buff now going to be picked up by Nocturne. Nocturne, as you can see, it is going to be Coranius in the jungle against a Rammus in the jungle in the form of Glucosa. And Ramos was very good in the last game. Let's see if he's going to carry on that tradition. So Sand and Sense down the bottom on Janna and get my names right. It's going to be Vayne as he tumbles straight in there on towards Far. And Far managing to get a quick blast across him. Far on Graves, as you can see, with Demigod in the bushes on Sona. So we have a early push from Glucosa down the bottom here. He is in the tri-bush just above him. I think he's going to spin straight down, you know. I think he might go for a very early attempt here. Just waiting for Sense possibly to get level 2 here. Actually pushed out. Here he goes. He's going to go in towards Far now. You can see Sense getting aggressive. Is going to get in there. Will get the spin in him. Doesn't have the taunt though because he is only level 2. So hasn't been able to pick up that taunt. So the early gank, it doesn't quite work out as well as it would do with, say, a Lee Sin or something. He is actually coming back round again. Demigod will spot that. Did put the ward in the tri-bush. Meanwhile at the top then, Israel is surely going to go down. Has got the Ignite running. Has managed to pop the health potion. No, that will save his life. He's going to walk away from that one. But Blunatics on Aurelia pushing hard there. So all square at the moment, Joe. But pretty even stuff start this time. No early kills. Oh, we are going to see Glucosa hanging around the jungle there. Did he get spotted by Corona? I'm not sure. I didn't see whether he managed to pop into the bush and spot him.
I don't think he spotted him, to be honest. I think he got away with that one, but obviously he's decided to just spin out of there, get himself away. Corinius actually just finishing off the golems and is going to get himself home to do a bit of shopping. Far having to just quick draw away there. And this bottom lane, I don't know, I feel Graves Sona is a stronger bottom lane here. It's going to rely a lot on Rammus to be picking up these kills for Sense. Obviously, in the last game, played Sivir, and that was banned out, actually. Sivir banned for this second matchup. In the middle, Assis is a little bit ahead in terms of the level. It's not going to be much, though. One more kill for Attackman. There we go. And he's up at level 4. Riven has obviously been home, was hurt pretty badly in that last fight, having to get away and just survive that Ignite. Has got cloth armor, 6 pots, actually. Plus the ward up there as well, which is something that we mentioned in the last one. Oh, Far needs to be careful here. He's going to quick draw out, but I'm not sure that he's going to survive this, to be honest. Sense coming in. Heal does come out from Sona. Sense will tumble once again. They're going to switch their attention now over to Demigod, who is going to be pushed back, and that is surely a dead Demigod. Yes, it is, and it's Sense that picks it up. Sand did go low in amongst everything, but he should be able to get himself away. He needs to be careful because that ward's there, and Far, if he gets his Q off, that could be dangerous for Sand.
Yeah, his bookshot could easily, certainly spray him. You can see him, he's actually trying to line it up there. And really, that was just, Sona, just, they were sort of like protecting his as support should do, but then didn't actually move, didn't sort of sense the danger, and so they just both turned around and went, alright, we'll kill you then. If you're not going to run away, we'll just have you. That was pretty easy, but Sand now pushing up, taking hold of that bush. We can see at the top, Rammus is actually poised, ready to spin on towards Blunatics there. And Blunatics not really going to push out. I don't think it's going to go out too far in this bush. Is just standing with the wave He does surely going to hear that spin up. The spin up will manage to catch on to him. Caught a couple of the minions as well. Does manage to get the taunt down. We're still not sure they're going to quite have enough damage. They do manage to get the exhaust down on him. The ignite as well. Will it be enough? No, it won't. And instead he's going to turn around, stun him on the turret. Nearly managed to get the steal on the kill there on the turret. Nezrilla's taken very low there. Going to have to make use of those 6 heal pots that he has got. Glucosa sticking around in the bush at the moment. Lunatics is going to wisely keep at range there. Will try and pick up a couple of CS while he waits though. You can see Nezrilla's 420 just going to try and bait him in here. Glucosa has stuck around, but no, I think he's going to have to go back and buy. So let's have a look back down towards the mid. You can see Assis has stuck around. Did you see Brand going back? Brand now buying double Doran's rings there. And Riven, like I mentioned, has gone back, actually getting a big wave of damage there, taking a tower hit for his pleasure, and that's going to be a siege going back as well. Really just trying to force the issue. Karinis is not going to let him go there, as you know. It's just going to hit him. It's just one of those annoying things that you get on. It's just like, you can't just teleport in front of me like that. I'm not going to allow it. But back down the bottom, Far is going to get harassed again. Does manage to get the Howling Gale across him. Will walk away from this one. This time Demigod does wisely move back along with his AD carry there, Joe. So very even stuff. Still only the 1-0. A couple of attempts on ganks, but nothing really that successful. Just that one failing by the support.
Yeah, 1,000 gold actually, Graves, and that's going to allow him to pick up a couple of Doran's blades plus a couple of pots as well. As Lunatics here just warding up.
At the bottom.
Oh, and down the bottom, they are going to go in here onto Demigod, who surely is going to go down. Sandy's taking damage from the turret, but will survive with, what was it, 100 HP still left in that one. One more turret hit, though, and he would have gone down, but still, the kills are racking up, and they're going to the AD carry. It's dangerous times, to be honest. If I look at his gold, he's actually almost up at 1,000 now. 2,500 overall, which is 1,000 above Graves, thanks to those 2 kills that they've got. One of which, of course, was the first blood. Irelia are actually going to steal away a little bit of jungle. It's normally Nocturne that you'd see having a go at that, but Lunatics just going to deny this from Rammus. Meanwhile, Rammus is just doing that blue buff. Will go over to Assis. And Lunatics leaves just one Wraith left alive in that camp to stop the whole pack respawning. Here we go. Glucosa actually is moving his way in there. They've pinged him, but Far. Oh, minions. always annoying as Rammus when that minion just steps in front of you and you end up stunning that and your whole gank attempt is actually failed there. As we will see Glucosa now going back up towards middle. Is he going to have a push on Brand? Quick peek up at top and bit of damage being exchanged as you'd expect between these two. And that'll continue until, I guess, a 1v1 fight between Riven and Irelia. You're not really going to see anyone going down. Oh, we are seeing Rammus come in here. Is he going to be able to steal away this red buff? And actually, they've pinged back here because they fancy their chances in onto Sona, who surely is going to go down. Not quite. He's managing to get here in towards that turret. Actually, Glucosa needs to be careful now because he does have that turret focusing in onto him. Far, is he going to get the kill off? No. Not quite getting the kill off. Here comes the ultimate, though, from Nocturne, and that's just to scare them away. Assis actually moving in as well. Could probably have soloed Nocturne there, but the rest of his team not so healthy, Glucosa in particular. Well, that was nicely done there with Glucosa taking that turret damage, getting himself out of range to allow them to pick up that kill. And again, it's gone over to Sense, who is now 3-0-0, and his next shopping trip is going to be a bit of a momentous one. He's got enough now for that BF sword.
Yeah, BF sword, obviously going to build towards that Bloodthirst. Already has the lifesteal from that Vampiric Scepter, and now he's going to go on towards Far. Does get just caught out, but the Howling Gale tried to pop him back with the ulti there. Didn't quite work out for San, though. You can see the right idea, and that's really down to the flash, obviously, the short range that they now put onto it. It's that slightly different, just catching people out. We talked about this while we were in Korea with Jack. Jack was talking about it. It's an easy tell. You just think, if that should have worked. And then you just realise, oh no, it got shortened slightly, didn't it? And it's just things that you've been doing for a year or two playing this game, it's hard to adapt. It's hard to get the mentality into your head just in a month or two's play. We are seeing Karanis actually having a little bit of an invade here on Nocturne. He also ward down in that jungle, so in the bush, sorry, so they knew he was going there. You can see the pings going down on Riven. Riven actually going to try and head him off here. actually feeling pretty confident. Now Karanis is wisely going to use his speed to get the hell out of there. So Attackman actually picking up the Wolves now. So given the trade there, I'm not sure if Karanis actually meant to give them, but he took them regardless. Yeah, look, you can see he's pinged the raids and said, "You go take them." What's the problem? I don't think they're happy with it.
Jungle away. Actually, I saw that in the first game he did it as well. He stole a bit of jungle away from Karanis, and you know that's always a bit annoying for a jungler, especially one who's you know, maybe going to fall a little bit behind. It's what, 30 to 44. Nocturne. Actually, he's in the lead, so I'll just shut up now. But, you know, Demigod, he's not had the best time of things down in this bottom lane. He's 0 for 3 at the moment. And he needs to be careful that they don't catch him out here. Sense obviously does have that BF sword now. He's going to be doing a lot more damage. And Demigod, you can see he's playing very warily at the moment. He's a little bit scared to come anywhere over his kind of turret safety zone, which is not so much of a surprise. And we are going to see them now put a bit of pressure onto this bottom turret.
Yeah, he's managed to get a bit of damage on there. Does try to return the favour. A little power cord coming out. But really, I don't think they're forcing game back. I think if anything, GAMED are trying to lull them into a false sense here and draw them back. That clairvoyance obviously showing them that they are there. You can see Rammus now on the mini-map. He is working his way down. I'm not too sure whether he's just going to go across towards the Wraiths or go in there. Brand actually making a step forward. He doesn't want to go too far forward. That's, you can see how Glucose is like, do I go? I'm not too sure. Meanwhile, at the top, they are having to go once again. Ezreal's actually taken down pretty low this time around. Down the bottom, you can see Sona has gone down up the top there. I'm not too sure if they're going to get away with any kills there. Rammus has come down and around. And, well, Sense is now 4-0. Being fed, and that is going to be a pretty much an uncontested dragon. I'm not too sure what really Peculiar are going to be able to do about this. You can see Attackman lurking around the back side of it, maybe try and get a Pillar of Fire and get a steal on it. I'm not too sure whether they are going to dive for this one. It would be a 4v3 situation, and if anything, Attackman nearly getting caught out there by the Howling Gale. This time, did he manage to get the steal there? I'm not too sure whether he did. I think he might have, you know. The goal, I wasn't watching who picked up the goal, because I was watching Attackman getting drawn out there. Attackman does get caught by another Howling Gale. That could well have been a Smite steal. Glucosa now being the target, probably not the ideal one. He is certainly the lowest. Sense is the one that's going to do the damage, so will he turn around and pin Karanis? Glucosa wisely actually sacrificed himself. Meanwhile, that bounce from the Pyro, and it's coming around there. Attackman does manage to get the kill on Glucosa. Cease actually came and tried to pull a quick bunch of kills, pop the ulti. Luckily, though, they were all actually chasing Glucosa, so not one of them got caught out by that ulti, and they will back away. But that was the first kill for Peculiar there. Blunatics actually stayed up the top, farming away, so slight advantage again from that favour. Riven had to go back, but I think they stole the dragon in there. I'm pretty certain, looking at the gold.
Yeah, it's far too even, actually, for that not to have gone over to them. I didn't quite see the gold pop up in and amongst all the fighting that was going off, but it certainly looks that way. Actually, we're going to see pressure put on now onto Blunatics from Nesrilla's 420, who he could actually kill Blunatics here, I think, actually. Blunatics actually puts the stun down, flashes himself away, and is going to go to safety. Not that Riven cares. Taking needless damage there, to be honest. I think he thought, okay, I'm going to push this, and then realised actually that he couldn't pull that one off. Meanwhile, Vayne has been home and has picked up that Bloodthirster finally. Compared to Graves, who Berserker Greaves, double Doran's Blade plus a BF sword, also going to be doing a bit of pain now. Nesrilus needs to be careful here up at top as well. Carianus is sniffing around. He doesn't have his ulti up though, which is going to be a bit of a pain. Here we go. Pillar of Flame will actually come in there. Stun will land as well. Fury's going to proc onto Nesrilus. He is surely dead from this one. He's feared straight back into them, and Attackman is going to pick up a very nice kill there. Nicely done onto Riven.
Yeah, well executed there, and really a little bit too cocky there from Nesrilus. 420. Could have backed away from that one a long time ago. Had no vision really of the three members of Peculiar, so really there was no ward placement, no nothing along that river, so it was just absolutely no clue that they were coming. So Baron has popped on the 15-minute mark, and I wouldn't expect to see an early Baron. We do get to see them now and again in these games. You see some crazy builds, and TSM obviously the ones that highlighted the triple triple Wriggles Lantern build that they did at IEM Gamescom, didn't they? They did it a couple of times, in fact, in the group stage. Certainly went for the very, very early Barons. Glucosa is going to catch Blunatics here, going towards red. And has actually spun up towards him. Will get the stun down, but nothing else will come from that. He'll just back away, tried to taunt him, just trying to delay so Riven can get there. Cassiopeia also coming up river. Again, remember, there is no wards in the river there. That will be the minions taking down that mid turret. And Brand's really not been on their mid lane for quite a while, which could be dangerous because he's fell 30 CS behind. Despite the fact he is actually 2 kills up there, so it's not the end of the world. It's kind of balanced itself out there. Cassiopeia still circling around again. Like I mentioned, Aurelia's got to be very careful at the top. There's no ward placement at all down that river. In fact, there is one ward on the entire map for Peculiar Gaming at the moment, which is not an ideal situation to be in. Down the bottom, we've seen that Sensors is a long way ahead of Far at the moment, 4-0 up. And again, it's been Demigod that's actually been feeding the kills. He's going to get caught out again here down the bottom, pinned on the wall. Though this time will manage to escape from it. No, he will not, because Sense got the kill. Sense might actually turn around and get up a kill on Fire. He will do. That will be a second kill. Karinis is going to try to follow on. Will try and get across Sense, but Sense will get away with this on Sand also. Very, very, very nicely played from Sense, and that is 6-0-0, Joe. This is not looking good for Peculiar.
Yeah, and it's Vayne as well. She gets better late game without that 6-0-0 scoreline that she's got right now. It's not good at all for Peculiar at this point. And we said that actually in the last game when Blunatics was on Gangplank Demon, he really just didn't ward up, and he got caught out due to that. And actually, we're going to see Glucosa taunt him in now, try and get that range down, but actually decide now let's not go in for this one. And Cassiopeia is moving up there as well. However, there is that ward down in the tri-bush, and they've got complete vision on that area. The saving grace right now for Peculiar is that Brand is 2-0-0, got himself Giant's Belt, got himself the Blasting Wand as well. So, going to be moving up to Crystal Scepter. And actually coming back into lane there, as Assis, in terms of CS, is ahead now 150 to 120, so that's good news for GAMED as well. The gold still, considering it's 6-2, it's not that bad of a situation. It's 2k right now, which obviously a dragon, couple of kills, going to fix itself for Peculiar. But right now, game, they just look so solid, and Sense, he's playing so great down on that bottom lane.
Well, 6 kills and they're all Sense at the moment, so 6-2 in terms of kills. Brand obviously picking up the 2 for Peculiar at the moment, so he is their saving grace, like you mentioned. Also, the CS is in the favour of Aurelia up the top there, 145 to 114, so a good 30 ahead, which is always helpful. Obviously, Riven also died as well. So, there is a few plus points at the moment for Peculiar. Sand now putting that pink ward down. Pink wards was something we saw heavily used at World Cyber Games, and at the moment they are going to go on towards Far. They do manage to get the slow. Great Howling Gale again. Sand launches him backwards. Far's going to go down this time, and Demigod needs to be careful he doesn't drop with him. He's been taken down that many times. Will they completely dive? Yes, they will. Oh, he does manage to get the ulti on the tower, but really it's just going to do sweet FA. And they are going to walk in there quite happily. Meanwhile, at the top, you can see there's Relis 420. Just getting slightly pushed by Blunatics, but they are going to take the chance to go back. Again for Dragon. It's just spawned. Yeah, there goes the pink ward. And that will be another free ward. Free Dragon, sorry. And Sense actually going to pick up the tower before going to the Dragon. So, really nicely working out for GAMED here. 8-2 up, 8 kills for Sense on Vayne. That is just a scary, scary prospect. He's going to be doing so much damage. He's going to go back to base now. He's got another 1800 gold on him. So that is going to be either the Phantom Dancer, or I wouldn't be surprised to see another BF sword coming out here, or just something heavy damaging. Oh, it is going to be the Phantom Dancer. There we go. And now he is just going to be very hard to stop. You can't get away from him because he's got that extra speed buff that Vayne gets regardless of having a Phantom Dancer on him as well, which gives that extra little bit more. So it's just not going to get away from him anymore. So Demigod, though, 0-6-1 is just not worked out for him on Sona today.
It looks a little bit off his game, I'd say, as well. His positioning's been really awkward somehow. He's not, it just looks as though he's playing Sona because the rest of his team said so, maybe, rather than because he feels really confident.
It's one of those
with it at the
snowball
moment.
moments as well, because he was the first to go down, and once Vane starts getting that little bit fed, he can get that pin. You just put you on the wall, and you're not really going to come out of it, because obviously you've got the Howling Gale coming across him. So again, the damage buff as well from Janna. They're having a little beef back up top again. Nazrilla's actually taken down pretty low against Planetix here. Actually going to try and escape the wrong way. Tries to juke it round. Does have Glucose coming in support behind him there. Nocturne surely going to dive in. Aziz comes in. Oh, stuns him beautifully on the tower there. Nocturne's going to try and get away from this one. Planetix will go down. Karanas is going to follow, and that will be a double kill. Brand just working his way up as well. He's not really going to go for this one, I don't think. He is going to go for the tower. And remember, Aziz did actually just blow everything there. Can catch them both in a pillar of fire, gives his position away, and really it's just a case of, yeah, don't go towards my tower, now I'm off. Don't think he's going to get caught up by Glucose here. The spin will probably stun him, but it's not going to be enough. He's just going to walk away from that one, puts a pillar on him, and yeah, just happily strolls away. Down the bottom, though, you can see Sense is becoming a problem for them down the bottom. Now, I say becoming a problem, he's 8-0 up, so becoming is a little under-exaggerated. And they are actually positioning for just to go back. So, yeah, finally somebody else on the game team getting kills there. So Aziz finally gets 2 kills. So it's not just Sense carrying everyone.
And the worst thing is that he's just ridiculously confident now as well. We talked about, it's not just the in-game stuff. There's a lot of mind games when it comes to situations like this. For Demigod in particular, who's now probably feeling like he never wants to play League of Legends again after this game. Meanwhile, in the middle, we've got the 2 bruisers have come down. Nesrilla's 420 plus Blunatix, and actually they're going to have a go on Blunatix. And look at the damage from Vane. Tries to get the stun off, which will happen for him. However, it's going to go down, and since, he was the focus of the attention, rightly so as well from Irelia, but still, just not enough damage. It's just not going to work out there.
It's one of those moments when you start typing in chat, oh my god, who fed bot?
New bottom lane.
Yeah, new bottom lane. Sense fed, what the heck? 9-0-0 now. And that is... Well, I would be amazed if they actually let themselves come back into this one. It's really for game to lose here. There's no beating around the bush. It's Man United 3-0 up at half time with 10 men Man City. It's not looking good for Peculiar. And 11-3 the score. Still only the 2 turrets. Actually, the ping going down Nazrilla's. They know that he's there because they have that ward in place. But that's really much... yeah, we know you're there. Go away. Brand desperately trying to defend his top turret as well. And he has to be careful because... Sense has actually gone down the bottom. I was going to say, because Sense has gone back, he could easily just come up the top there and come around the back. And he still needs to be very careful, because Aziz, if he pops that ulti on him, he's just going to tower dive. He could easily get the shield off from Sand. You can see that turret's gone yet. He's going to have to give this one up. He cannot hang on. He has got Nocturne. Oh! Nocturne was just going to have a peek around the back there. Just got a glimpse of Glucose coming around. That's very nicely done there. Using that shield to block it there. Trying to get the slow one towards Attackman. Is going to turn around, get a bit of a pillar onto Sand and the stun, and really just force him away. Actually used his ulti there on towards Sand. Sand using his ulti in return. Sona does finally help out getting a kill there. Karana's picking it up. But here comes Sense. He's not even going to bother. He's just staying down the bottom. It's just like, what the hell? My team is just failing without me. I've done 0, bro. I'm just going to take down this bottom lane. Yeah, it's just he actually will take that bottom turret before the rest of the team get it. You know what? If they don't actually go back now, it's a chance he could push on towards the base turret. But I think they realise that. Yeah, he's just going to back off now. Say thanks a lot. So, you know what? 3 kills with it. 2 kills for a turret, for an inner turret. 2v1 and an inner turret. Yeah, that's still a win for the game, despite the fact that team fight actually worked out really badly for them.
Yeah, it wasn't the best team fight, that's for sure. And the other thing is, though, with Sense at 9-0-0, he's been allowed to just feed himself here as well. And Glucose did go down really low there, managing to survive that one. Sense just stealing away all the jungle. He's up to 226 compared to 160 CS, which is just a phenomenal amount. In terms of gold, almost 3.5k Sense is sitting on right now. So when he goes back, he's going to come back into the game even more ridiculously strong than now.
And what's worse, he's 4k ahead of Graves in terms of actually gold, between the two, and that's scary when your AD carry is 4k ahead of the opposition. It's just it's going to be hard to come back from it, but the saving grace for Peculiar is if they can drag the game out longer, because they have got Aurelia. Aurelia will get stronger later. Nocturne will get a bit stronger later. Brand will become stronger later. And Graves as well. So, Gamed we're seeing actually what they did in the semi-finals. They had such a massively strong position and then really not make it up on it. They've got sense that's been fed through the hill. It's just incredibly fed, yet they're not actually. They should just push the whole team around him now and just push onto them, just force the fights. Exactly what they're going to do. They are going to come back up. They do take that dragon, so now he's finally going to go back and buy an Infinity Edge flat out.
Ridiculous. That's what happens when you have so much nice gold. Yeah, and that Infinity Edge, obviously, those crits are going to really start to hurt. Sam needs to be a little bit careful here. Actually going to clear out this ward. And they didn't even try and stop him with that because they're scared that Sense is hanging around there somewhere, getting ready for them. And we are going to see now Game making a bit of a push towards this mid turret. No, they're actually going to go a bit of an invade. Yeah, Baron,
No, Aurelia.
Maybe. Oh, yeah, Aurelia is actually out in the open. Rammus needs to watch out and will, in the end up running up. Actually, Nocturne ulti is going to come in here as well. Brand gets his ulti off in the middle of the pack. Lunatics does go down. There's the ulti from Sona, and Sensor's died. Someone's just got a load of gold for free, but I'm not sure this is still going to go in the favor of Peculiar. Look, we can see Assis actually just putting down tons and tons of damage still. The dot running out there, and he's going to have to back away, and it leaves just Attack Man. Now, Brandy can put out the damage, but he's not going to be able to survive a whole lot if they decide that they want to move in for this.
Yeah, very wisely done from Peculiar there, targeting him, getting him out of the fight very quickly there. Attack Man is going to get caught and taunted. We'll try and drag him away. Will it be enough? Howling Gale goes across. It will be. And Assis is someone that picks up the dot kill in the end. They can't tank that turret. They're going to realise they've lost the creep wave. So despite all that, Gamed only lost Sense in that fight. Like you say, they did get a reasonable, but it's only 500 gold. It's not like the old system where you used to come out with probably about 1,000 gold from that, getting that big kill. But yeah, it's not like it used to be. Those changes, those big killing sprees, you used to be able to build up an end. And someone goes, oh great, it went to the support. Which, actually, who did it go to? It went to far, so it's not too bad.
I can't actually move my camera around by clicking on the minimap anymore.
Have you locked onto someone by any chance?
I know, I've locked into chat, that's why.
Skills. Skills. Anyway, yes, it is 16-6. It is a huge, huge advantage, 10k gold. But Peculiar has just proven, if they actually perform well in a team fight, they can get the kills. It's going to be very, very hard for them, though. They need to drag this one out. Aurelia has got that Trinity Force, which is going to help. Infinity Edge also on Graves, which will also help. Needs to try and get that Phantom Dance to complete it. So, not out just yet. They still have their inner turrets. Just the two, though. The top one down to about 2/3 health. And the middle one pretty much untouched. And Gamed. Are they going to go for Baron? Are they going to decide? Are they going to push? They have a tank minion coming in, a siege minion. So surely they're going to push on towards it. No, they're not going to push on towards mid. They're going to actually back away. Now, are the wards down? Clairvoyance goes across. They know exactly that they're backing away for Baron. And they do have pretty good ward placement, but you know what? They don't want to go for this Baron when they're quite exposed like they are. They're not in a comfortable position. They don't have the lanes pushed. Top and bottom both kept midway. They need to be pushing those both in towards the turrets to keep pressure on someone, try and force someone down the bottom away from the fight, make it a 4v5. Yeah, they're pulling the damage out. Glucose is going to spin in. Does he manage to get taunt on anyone? It will be Attack Man. Surely that's perfect position for Attack Man to pop his ulti. It will be. Bounces across 3-4 people there. That was a great bit of damage from Attack Man. Really didn't quite get the positioning right. Oh, Sense fail flashes. And Demigod's going to get away from this one just about. I don't think Brand will, though. Attack Man could get dived here. Hellingale's not going to catch on to them. Will back away. Demigod does go down to Glucosa. And again, a 4-for-1 now. And Attack Man, he's got to be careful. Glucosa's coming in. He's just going to back away. They will take Baron this time around. So the fight forced by Glucosa spinning in, catching them all. But that was quite dangerous. If a little bit more damage would have been given to Brand there, he did manage to get the perfect ulti bouncing across them. Just nobody really was able to follow the damage up, Joe. And that is going to be the Baron. And surely a finish from Game. Now they have to take this advantage. They are all going to port back and buy, which is what they're doing right now, and then just pile straight up mid.
Yeah, we've got Shirelia's Reverie as well on Rammus, which makes him all that more
Speedy,
quick.
yeah.
And we saw him actually pop that in that at the start of that fight there to get things underway. As Far comes back into the bottom lane, let's have a look at his items so far. Infinity Edge, Zeal, the Crit Cloak, plus a couple of Doran's Blades, compared to a Bloodthirster, a Phantom Dancer, Infinity Edge, and he's also now just building up a little bit of armor because he can. Going to try and keep himself a little bit more healthy now. We have seen Sand die that one time. Sense is what I meant. And he's just obliterating and critting for around about 850 at the moment, which, on top of the Phantom Dancer means lots of crits in a very short space of time. And I don't know, from your point of view, is this even possible now for Peculiar to come back into? I mean, when they drag it out, maybe late game getting a good team fight off and then give with a good counter push, but it's going to be so hard for them now, Deman, from this point.
They're 14k behind in gold. They're going to have to drag it out on the turrets for a long, long time and just pray that they can get to that stage. Demigod's still only a level 11, so has obviously fell behind, has been killed so many times, whereas you look at Sense's level 18, so 7 level difference between the support and the AD carry on the opposite side. That is very, very dangerous. They are going to surely just chill. You can see the damage on the turret. Sense is just being given a little bit of time and that turret is gone in seconds, so they're not able to hold out. This is where they need to be defended. They have to fight on this turret. They can't give this one up. They will not go any further, so they're going to get drawn into a fight, and it's just going to be whether Glucose can pick anyone out at the ideal time. And really, it's Attackman they're going to be going for, because Lunatics is going to get in there and cause a problem. But Attackman's ulti, if he can land it right, can get a big chunk of damage on him. And if Lunatics can follow it up on the right people, then yeah, they have a very minute chance. But again, they're just being allowed to get the damage on him. They have to take their moment here. They have the minions, and really they're just unsure of when that chance is going to come. And Assis has just been a pain in the backside down the bottom here, and he just throwing that spit out, putting that poison circle down, which obviously slows dots. Very nasty. And Attackman, he's trying to get just a little poke on it. They've got no oracles, so they can't see that ward that they've got placed just behind that wall, which is what's giving them a chance. Here we go, Sense walking in. They are going to go for it. They're going to finally dive on. Oh, they went for Sense, and the ulti from Janna, perfectly done, and very well executed there. Sense is going to get away with this one as well. You can see Nocturne trying his best to get their damage on. Meanwhile, Assis is ripping apart the rest of their team. Is going to flash across, tries to go towards Attackman. Attackman dodges on towards the tower. Glucose are taking the tower hits there. Sense is going to follow in. Actually, will finally get the ace. It will be Assis again, picks up another kill, so that makes Assis 8-1-6 now. He's been picking up all the kills of late. 11-1-6 for Sense. This is going to be GG. Well played, and really that bottom lane was just absolutely dominated by Sense and Sand. Very well played. You can't underestimate Sand's action in there as well, because them Howling Gales were hitting pretty much on the nose every single time. Very well played, and that is going to be 2-0, and Game take third place. And really, Joe, there was never any doubt in that second game.
No doubt whatsoever for me, and you just can't come back from it when you've got someone like Vayne who, late game she snowballs into something powerful anyway. But if you let that happen, obviously Demigod on Sona had pretty much the worst game of his life. I'm sure he could agree with me with that one. Let's have a look down here at the scores towards the end. If you're a Peculiar fan, turn away now. It's not a good time. So here we go then. For Peculiar on the losing side, of course. Attackman on Brand 224. Lunatics on Irelia 064. Nocturne, that was Carianas 245. Far on Graves 341. Demigod on Sona 095. Bad game that Demigod had there. Over on the other side, though, it tells a bit of a different story. Assis on Cassiopeia 816. A perfect support from Janna 0021. Sense 1116. Glucosa on Rammus 2115. And Riven 449. All she needed to do was hold that top lane and not let Aurelia get fed, which obviously didn't happen. She ended up with no kills. Good CS, though, from Aurelia in and amongst that one. But you have to give the man of the match there to Sense. Just a dominant performance in that bottom lane, Deman.
Yeah, and it's just, like you say, it just snowballed heavily. Once they caught Demigod out, it was actually far they were going for. And then just just went,
Yeah.
well, actually, he still stood there. Let's just turn around and kill him. And like I mentioned, the Howling Gales were landing every time, so which helps. Obviously, you can pin them back, and then Howling Gale across them. It just delays the person for so long. Obviously, the damage that Vayne can do onto someone, and once you get snowballed like that, there's really not a lot coming back from it. So, very well played to game. They look strong throughout both games, and really a well-deserved third place.
And before the game, Attackman said, "Are you recording this?" I said, "Yep." And he said, "Okay." Now he just sent another message. "Okay, I don't want to see the replays." You probably should watch the replays. I mean, they don't need to dwell on that peculiar. There was just one of those games that just got out of hand, actually, down in that bottom lane. So, didn't go their way. They finished 4th in the EPS Winter 2011 series. Of course, EPS in Germany will be starting up pretty soon. I'm not 100% sure when. I have to be quite honest with you on that one. But I'm sure it'll be starting up again soon. And, of course, we'll be trying to bring you as much action from that as possible. Also, Thursday night is going to be the next League of Legends here on ESL TV. It will be the Go for LOL monthly finals. Don't ask me which month because I've got no idea. Probably like December, I guess.
I think it's actually December's, which is pretty much up to date.
Yeah, they've not done bad on that one. Yeah, so December Nordic and East finals. There are going to be some great games. Actually, we've seen some amazing games from these Go for LOL Nordic East finals. Everyone seems to focus on EU West, which is where most of the big teams are, but we've seen some real great play from these Nordic East teams as well, so don't forget to tune in for that one. We'll be starting 6 o'clock German time, 5 o'clock in the UK, 12 o'clock Eastern. Actually, it will be if you're watching from America, so make sure you check us out for that one. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter as well at twitter.com/Joe_Miller and twitter.com/QV Deman. And make sure you check out Deman's YouTube channel at youtube.com/4Deman, DEMAN, and the number 4, not FOR, FOUR, or anything like that. So yeah, that's been it. Deman, thanks a lot once again, and well, I shall see you on Thursday night.
Yeah, back to Star Wars it is.
Get yourself back to Star Wars.
And see you bright and early Thursday. I'll be working through my lunch to bring you guys League of Legends.
Dedication at its finest. We'll see you on Thursday, guys. Have a good night.